Want to hear a good sound? Nasty. Afternoon, guys. Here with Mike, Switcher Racing. Taking a trip up to Scott's to pick up some of our new lighting equipment for a new segment we're going to be doing called basically auto news, just general updates in the automotive world. Won't be anything too crazy, just gonna be somewhat lighthearted. Love getting on the highway. We're gonna do that segment probably every few weeks, just a general automotive updates. Just want to make it a fun segment that you guys can tune in and enjoy. So I got some lighting equipment so we can do that, filming. Also, a chance to get out of the house and cruise around in the car on a beautiful day like today. Anyway, so we're going to be doing a few things coming up here in the next few weeks. One, we're going to be doing a autocross up at the firm in September. You probably heard us talk about that a few times. That's going to be with the Jacksonville autocross group that Grant usually rides with. So we're going to all be going up there for that event. Between me, Scott, in the Corvette, I believe. Probably won't take the GTR. Grant's been working on his Mustang. I'll be bringing the Shelby. Mo will have his Camaro RS. Always fun to watch him in that thing. And we'll have a lot of other people up there as well. The one thing about that event that's going to be pretty cool is Grant and I are going to co-drive each other's cars. I think I've told you guys about this before, but he will be driving my Shelby, and I will be driving his this GT Premium, basically a race car. Though he's kind of slow, and he's an upgraded engine. I've been trying to convince him to put it in a NASCAR engine, like Scott will be doing with his 70 Mustang. But I'm not sure I've convinced him because of the cost. But he will be doing some modifications to the engine to make his GT much more powerful, which his car will be full-blown race car at that point. So that's exciting. A little bit more about me, what I'm doing with the Shelby. I've kept the car stock up to this point. I really just wanted to enjoy the car for what it is. I mean, Ford and the Shelby team, the special vehicles team, did a fantastic job with this vehicle. It's super capable track car. It's capable of autocross. It's just such a joy to drive, no matter what I'm doing. But I will be getting the first step is another set of wheels. I want another set of wheels, so I get another set of tires. With another set of tires, I'm going to try to focus those on autocross and track. Probably won't get two different sets. I'll probably just get one set that's going to be good for all around for both of them, and then just rotate off the wheels for the events. The next thing that I would probably do is get the GT350R front splitter and spoiler. Again, for track purposes, it also looks pretty cool. Those are the first things probably the first two steps that I would do with this car when making modifications. As I said, really the only thing that I complain about right now is the fact that the Super Sport tires that are on here aren't the best for track and autocross. I mean, they're great tires, definitely daily driving. In wet conditions, they're really good too, but for those applications, not so much. So that'd be first step. Step 2, splitter and spoiler. Step 3, I've seen some people with the headers and exhaust. The car sounds really, really good, but I have heard that, I believe Brian Johnson, ACDC, he's local to us. He did that to his GT350, and it supposedly sounds amazing. So I would consider doing that as well. I usually don't have this car ever in normal exhaust mode. It's super quiet, so I'm usually always, opening it up to sport exhaust at least, because it just sounds great. And that sounds just amazing when you're getting on it. And then step 4, and this is probably a really long-term goal because I really don't want to spend a ton of money right now on these types of things, and I really don't think it needs it. But if I'm going to keep this car for the long term as just like my car that I always keep, and eventually just turn it into a straight race car, as opposed to driving around, on the weekends as well, I would probably consider some sort of boost, supercharger, turbo, possibly. I did see that. I'm trying to remember what group it was. They put a Whipple on the thing. They blew up their first engine, the first Voodoo, because there's just too much. But they did put a Whipple on there, and it produced a hell of a lot of power. That would be quite interesting. That's way down the line. But it's always good to have, an end in sight. As as the motto goes, life's too short to stay stock. So you never know. And this car is, a super capable race car, and I'd keep it, always improving on that. But right now, I'm just loving it the way it is. No alterations to it at all at this point. And it's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun. The engine in this car, versus the GT, this engine running out to 80 to 100 RPMs, performing more like a Ferrari V8 than a more of like American Muscle Mustang V8. It's very unique. It sounds unique. I'm still getting people always ask me about it, things like that. So it's not reason to do a whole hell of a lot to it, for a while at least. But if you have any questions, please feel free to comment below. Suggestions, questions. If you want me to make specific videos on the car, or if you want us as a team to make specific videos about anything, please just feel free to write it and let us know. We're always interested in hearing some of our fans' feedback, and really just want to stay engaged with you guys. We're just down-to-earth guys who like cars. We're not anyone in particular. We're hobbyists. We would like to have a racing team and enter into some amateur racing leagues, maybe WRL. We consider Chump Car also, but we just who knows where this all goes as far as racing team wise. But we just want to be regular guys. We are regular guys who just like cars, so that's really what we're doing here, and we're just having fun with it. So please feel free to hit us up about anything. We're always answering questions. Always answer your comments. We take submissions to post on Instagram. Take submissions to post anywhere. We always like to hear about your stories. We have a blog on our website. Anyone can write in and write us a blog post, and we'll put you as the author and put you on our website. And we actually are always looking for cars to review. We have a number of them queued up, and we've just been, not to say lazy, but very busy and haven't had the chance to get to them yet. But we do have a few cars we're going to be reviewing, hopefully, in the next few months. The review on this car, the GTR, and all of our team cars happens during all of our racing videos. But we'll be doing a review on the Ford Fastiva. It's a Ford Festiva that is run by the Fast Autocross Group. It's wild. It's this little like beater essentially that they've turned into this super fast autocrosser, and it gets on 3 wheels around most of the turns. It's hilarious to watch. It's essentially it's the bomb. So we're gonna do a review on that. We have also Maserati Gran Turismo MC Sport. So that's the Maserati's little sport edition there for the Gran Turismo. We should review on that car. Probably a Porsche 911 Turbo and a GTO. We also have a BMW M1 series, basically an M1. It's super fast, built for autocross and racing. It's wild. We'll have a few other ones coming up as well soon too. So let us know if you have any thoughts on that. Let us know if you know of any cars you'd like us to review, or meet up with us and come out and bring it to the track. If you're just getting into racing, if you always love cars but you're just getting into racing, this is like we're meant to be a resource for people. We want to give you how-tos like chalking your tires, what to bring to your first autocross, all of those types of videos. We've been doing some of them. We want to do more. We want to know what you guys have questions about, and we'll definitely be there to assist. We want to just be like just regular guys that you can come to and say, how do I get into racing? Everyone kind of watches racing or knows about it, but people in the car culture don't always know how to get into actual racing their cars. And autocross is usually the first step, and then going to a track and progressing from there. But I know a lot of people, it's an expensive sport, and autocross is the most easy and convenient way to do that without killing your bank. So we love to help out if anyone has questions on that as well. Stay tuned. Follow us on Instagram at Spectra Racing, and as well on Twitter, on Facebook. We also have a Facebook group. You can come in to join the conversation. On top of that, you can also make sure you subscribe. We appreciate it. We love you guys. Thanks.